What should you do if your spouse cheats? So, as you're thinking about this, if you just found out your spouse cheated on you, you are likely in a place of panic right now. You're trying to figure out what you should do, and there's probably this urgency to it all. You feel like your life exploded. Everything's open to interpretation. Your past, your present, your future, which may have previously, at least, maybe two of the three, felt certain, like you understood what has happened, what is happening now, and maybe even where you're going. But now it feels like all three are just out of whack. And so there's this urgency to say, I need to figure out what I'm going to do right now. I need to make something happen. I need to take back control of my life. In short, according to like human needs psychology, you are lacking in the human need of security, of certainty. And so you're willing to do pretty much anything that it takes to get at least a little bit of that back. And my first piece of advice, if you just found out that your spouse cheated on you, is to let go of that need for certainty and security for right now. Obviously, that's going to be a big goal, is reclaiming that sense soon. But what most people do is they try to immediately jump to kind of one of two directions. Number one, like, I want a divorce, I want out, I want to be done. Or number two, I forgive you, I love you, let's sweep this under the table. The reality, however, is that both of those options are oversimplified, and they're oversimplified because you just want a sense of that certainty back. Don't rob yourself of intelligent decision making just because you crave that certainty, because you want that closure. Because, think about each option. Okay, maybe you say you want to just leave immediately. Okay, do you want like an actual divorce right away? Or would it make more sense to do a separation and see if there's some room for reconciliation? And then what if there's kids involved? How will that impact them? Not to mention health insurance and just all of the other ways that your two lives have been interweaved up until this point. So, and then with the other example of, okay, I just forgive them, let's make this work. You and I both know that your emotions are far more complex than just immediately jumping to forgiveness. You might think that's the right thing to do. You might think that's what you actually want to do, and that might be the best thing to do. But you are not going to do yourself or your partner who just cheated on you any favors by pretending that you were not incredibly angry, that you're incredibly hurt, incredibly broken. Those, if you're not, it's actually kind of concerning, because it means you probably fell out of love with this person. We're almost hoping that this happened a long time ago. But assuming you're not in that very small minority, you are in pain, and pretending that you're not is not going to solve anything either. So the very first thing you should do is stop thinking you have to do something right now. You need to, at some level, become okay with the idea that you have no clue what's going on. Again, your past, your present, your future, they're all thrown into chaos. And one impulsive decision to stay or to leave isn't going to really change that. The next thing you need to do, kind of like I said, is just own up to all of your emotions. You'll likely gravitate one way or another. So if you find yourself gravitating toward wanting to be forgiving and find a way to fix it, own the part of you that is mad and doesn't know if you could ever trust them again. Likewise, if you feel mainly, I can never trust this person, I hate them, allow yourself to recognize also the part of you that still loves them and that impulse that might still want to forgive them, even if that's not what you choose to do. You need to own everything that's going on. And then just get really clear on what direction you actually want to go. Kind of what's your North Star in a situation like this? I think there should be a few things to consider. Number one, as far as deciding where you want to go, think about the person that you want to become. This isn't going to all just be about, should I do this or this? It's about becoming the type of person that this won't happen to again. Because likely, at some point along the way, there were things that went wrong in the relationship. That doesn't mean that it was your fault. Likely, there was some elements that you did contribute to. Obviously, that doesn't mean that you are at fault in them cheating on you. But where did the relationship go wrong? How can you have a trust? This is huge. How can you have a trust in the future that's built on courage and not on like a kind of Disney definition of love? Because a lot of people go into a relationship with some naivety. They think that, of course, this is my person, I'm going to be with them forever. And they don't think there's a real risk or real possibility that people could be so calculatingly cruel. So, as you think about who you want to become and what you want to do, have one of your goals be number one, to become the kind of person this won't happen to again, and two, to have the type of trust that's built on your own courage and your own strength, not on assuming the unconditional love of someone else. When you receive that unconditional love, you know it, but you don't want to bank on it from another person. And so remember, healing is possible. I've seen people take this absolutely horrible, horrible thing that has happened and use it as an opportunity to grow tremendously and to either A, fall more in love from a more mature place with their partner, or B, with someone else completely. So you have the resilience to overcome this. Don't feel like you have to rush into knowing or doing anything right now. It'll likely be days or weeks or maybe months before you have total clarity. There are ways to speed that up, but just take the first step toward your healing journey right now. And I'm in your corner. Let me know if you have any questions, anything I can help with.